So if you're in sales, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You have a great call, you take a ton of notes, and then the summary. But what if you could get all that time back and make your CRM data way better? Well, let's dive into an AI tool that's designed to do exactly that. Let me start by asking you a question that probably hits pretty close to home for your sales team. Just think about it for a second. All those post-call summaries, all the deal updates, the close plans. I mean, where does all that time actually go? Well, on average, it takes about 15, maybe 20 minutes to write just one detailed summary. Now, think about that. Multiply it by every single call for every rep every week. Whoa, that adds up, and it adds up fast. That's time that your team could be spending, actually selling. And right there, that's the core problem we're talking about. Look, summaries are absolutely essential. We all know that. But doing them manually, it feels like this necessary evil that just drains your team's most valuable resource, which is, of course, their time. So what happens? You know the drill. Critical data from a great client call gets scribbled down on a notepad, and then it has to be slowly, painfully translated into the CRM. And this doesn't just eat up a ton of time, it also leads to inconsistent data, which makes it so much harder to track what's really going on with a deal. Okay, so what's the fix? Well, it's all about replacing that manual grind with something smarter, an intelligent assistant. So let's meet your team's new AI-powered partner. This is the Client Summary Assistant, and it's actually super simple. It's just a Chrome extension. But under the hood, it's using powerful AI models like GPT-4 and Gemini to do all that heavy lifting for you. So instead of taking minutes to write a summary, you're getting these polished, professional reports in literally seconds. Okay, so to make all this magic happen, you're going to need something called an API key. Now, don't let that text speak scare you. Seriously, the easiest way to think about it is just as a secure password for the app. It's what lets the extension talk to the AI engine. And here's the most important part. It's stored safely and only on your local browser. Nobody else sees it. What I think is really cool about this tool is how focused it is. This isn't some general-purpose AI that tries to do everything. Nope. It's built specifically for 3 essential types of sales summaries. This means you get the right insight at exactly the right time. So let's break these 3 down real quick. First, you've got the win/loss summary. This is for capturing the final outcome, so your team can actually learn from every single deal. Then there's the path to purchase, which maps out the client's entire journey, super useful for replicating your successes. And finally, the close plan. This creates a strategic roadmap to help you win the deals that are still on the table. Creating a win/loss summary? It is so straightforward. You just select it from the menu, fill in the key details about the deal, the status, the client, the terms, and then you just click Generate Summary. That's literally it. Now, for the path to purchase narrative, the process is just as simple. But here's a little tip. The more detail you can give it about the timeline, the decision makers, the evaluation criteria, the richer and more insightful that AI-generated story is going to be. Good info in means a great story out. And last but not least, the close plan. This one is all about taking action. You just tell it what the current roadblocks are and what the next steps need to be to get this deal across the finish line. Then the AI takes all that and structures it into a clear, professional plan for you. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? But you're probably thinking, how do I actually measure the value? That is where the dashboard comes in, because this isn't just about feeling like you're saving time. It's about proving the return on investment in real time. All right, let's look at some actual numbers from the data. The estimated API cost for generating a bunch of these super detailed summaries, get this, is about 8 cents. I mean, just 8 cents. That's it. Okay, so that's the cost. Now let's look at the other side of the equation, the savings. The dollar value of the time your team gets back by automating those same summaries, it's over $250. I mean, the difference is just staggering. So, what does all that translate to? An absolutely incredible return on investment of over 3,000%. That's 3,237% to be exact. And that just perfectly shows the power of using AI for these repetitive but really high-value tasks. Let's boil that huge ROI number down to something really simple. For every single dollar you spend on the API, you get back over $32 in saved productive time. It just doesn't get much more compelling than that for a business case.
And the dashboard isn't just for looking at pretty numbers, it makes this data totally actionable. You can see your exact API costs as they happen. You can start to predict future usage to manage your budget. You can even see which summary types your team finds the most valuable. It's all about making smarter, data-driven decisions to improve your entire sales operation. It's really about turning usage data into actual insight.
So, when you take a step back, what does this all mean for your team day to day? Well, it really just boils down to a very simple but incredibly powerful shift. A lot more selling and a whole lot less admin. I mean, this slide really says it all, doesn't it? The before is hours of tedious manual writing. The after is generating a summary in seconds. Before, you had inconsistent, messy CRM data. After, you have polished, consistent reports. And the big one, you go from lost productivity to more time focused on what actually drives revenue. Selling. So, I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Imagine you could give every single person on your sales team an extra 10 hours every month. What could they do with that time? What new deals could they close? What new relationships could they build? That is the potential we're talking about here.